We never see the betrayal coming, not because we're blind, but because we're human. We are wired to seek warmth, to lean into comfort, to believe that the outstretched hand is here to lift, not to break. But some hands hold blades, and the most dangerous kind are dipped in honey. Trust is a spiritual currency. We give it to buy closeness, to buy safety, to buy peace. But what happens when that trust is used against you? When love is weaponized? When loyalty is leveraged? When silence is used to kill? The heart learns slowly, but the body always knew. You felt it, in the way they laughed too sharply, in the way their eyes didn't light up when yours did, in the way their support always had a shadow behind it. Betrayal doesn't scream. It whispers. It hugs you at the front door, while stabbing you from the back. Machiavelli warned us centuries ago. He who trusts too much prepares his own ruin. Because in a world of masks, in a world where virtue is a costume, trust is not a virtue. It's a weapon. If placed in the wrong hands. In this journey, we will meet 7 faces, 7 masks, 7 archetypes of betrayal. Some will look like friends. Some will look like family. One will look like you. You may not be ready, but the truth never asks for permission. They clapped when you won, smiled when you rose, cheered when you found light. But something felt off. The applause came late. The compliments were crooked. And the silence when you shared your dreams was deafening. This is the one who envies you. The quiet hater. The hidden competitor. The one who watches you not to support, but to measure. And the moment you grow taller, they shrink into bitterness. Envy wears perfume. It hugs you, tells you I'm proud of you. But inside, it's rotting, drowning in unspoken comparisons. Because your light reminds them of their darkness. This soul does not hate you. They hate what they've become in contrast to you. And so, they punish you. Not with fists, but with absence. With jokes dressed as just kidding. With critiques that feel like stabs in silk. Jung called this the shadow projection. When the unlived life of one person is cast onto the one who dared to live it. You thought they were your friend. But they were a mirror. A cracked one. One that couldn't hold your image without distorting it. You tried to dim your shine. To shrink. To play small. So they'd feel less threatened. But betrayal thrives in silence. And you can't protect someone who's already decided to resent you. Machiavelli would say, never trust the man who claps too hard, or the one who stays too quiet. Both are watching. But only one is planning. Envy doesn't wear horns. It wears your colors. Your language. Your memories. And that's what makes it lethal. They cried in front of you. Told you how broken they were. How everyone left them. How you're the only one who gets them. And so you gave. And gave. And gave. Until you forgot what it felt like to be received. This is the victim manipulator. The one who weaponizes their wounds. They don't want healing. They want power. Your power. You thought you were saving them. But you were being drained. Slowly. Quietly. Ruthlessly. Then came their partner in crime. The guilt trapper. Every boundary you set, met with a sigh. A frown. A story about how you're just like everyone else who abandoned them. Now your love becomes a debt. Your care becomes a leash. Your compassion becomes compliance. Machiavelli didn't trust the helpless. Because he knew, power often hides behind pity. He who is always wronged becomes righteous in their destruction. You thought you were a healer. But you were a hostage. We romanticize being the one who stays. The one who understands. The one who loves enough to fix. But what if love is not about fixing? What if love is choosing those who want to rise, not stay wounded? They didn't want your healing. They wanted your loyalty. And once they had it, they fed on it. You woke up one day. And you were gone. Your spark. Your peace. Your sense of self. Trust was never broken loudly. It was starved. Suffocated. Until you blamed yourself for needing air. This is betrayal. By softness. By stories. By shame. You loved them. But they loved your light. Not you. And they never planned to give it back. They were magnetic, elegant, calm. They made you feel seen, understood, held. But only when things were easy. These are the charmers. Smooth, spiritual, empathic, until conflict knocks. Then they vanish. Disengage. Turn your pain into negativity. Why are you being so intense? Why can't we just move on? I don't like drama. No. They don't like accountability. The peacemaker avoids truth like a plague. They call your wounds attacks. Your boundaries bad vibes. They are masters of neutrality, while you bleed in silence. And the false empath. They feel everything. Except your pain. They quote Rumi, post about shadow work, talk about self-love. But can't sit with your anger. Can't face your grief. Can't stay when the mask slips. They don't betray you by hurting you. They betray you by disappearing. By silencing you in the name of peace. And in that silence, you question yourself. Was I too much? Did I overreact? Maybe I need to be softer. No. You needed to be heard. But Machiavelli said, the most dangerous enemy is the one who appears virtuous, but disappears in crisis. Because they are untested, untethered, and untrue. Emotional minimalism is not peace. It's often fear. Fear of depth. Fear of confrontation. Fear of reality. You deserve people who stay when it's hard. Not just when it's poetic. Because love without presence is just performance. And charm without character is just costume. Now we arrive at the hardest betrayal. The most intimate wound. The one no enemy could cause. The one no Machiavelli could predict. You trusted yourself to protect your peace. To honor your limits. To walk away when love became a battlefield. But you didn't. You stayed. You begged. You silenced yourself to preserve someone else's comfort. You abandoned your own body. Your own boundaries. Your own brilliance. Because you believed that love required sacrifice. That being chosen required bleeding. But at what cost? You became your own Judas. Not by hate. But by hesitation. You told yourself it would get better. That they didn't mean it. That if you just held on a little longer, they'd change. But they didn't. And you stayed. And every day you stayed, you lost a piece of yourself. This isn't judgment. This is revelation. The deepest betrayal isn't what they did to you. It's what you stopped doing for yourself. Stopped speaking. Stopped sleeping. Stopped creating. Stopped trusting your own voice. And now, you sit in the rubble. Not of love, but of self-abandonment. But here's the truth. This betrayal is also your freedom. Because if you can betray yourself, you can also return to yourself. You can become the protector you were waiting for. The guardian of your own heart. The voice that says, not this time. Not again. I'm done bleeding for those who love only their reflection. Jung called this process individuation. The birth of the self after the death of illusion. It's not pretty, but it's real. You are not what they did to you. You are what you build now. Machiavelli said, he who commands himself, commands the world. So let this be your commandment. Never trust. The mask. The pity. The charm. The silence. The illusion. And never again. Betray the one soul you were born to protect. Your own.